What the heck is up, ladies and gentlemen, goose and geeses, Custer fans and Decker fans alike? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about music, so pop on those headphones, put in the Kenny Loggins CD, and let's get a move on, because this is going to be a good one. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. I'm going to put in the description a link to a Spotify playlist of the songs that I talk about today. I don't know if it'll be up right away when I put it out because I'm going to be exhausted. It's like 1 a.m. I really want to go to bed, but I want to put out the video for y'all, so that will not probably be ready right away, but it'll be ready at some point, so make sure you check back if you want to listen to that. But other than that, today we're going to be talking about the ideal NASCAR soundtrack. Now, this is obviously subjective, so I'd love to hear your suggestions down in the comments. Yeah, other than that, not much else to say. So yeah, obviously I won't be playing any of the music because of copyright claims, but once again, you have that nice and fine playlist down in the comments, so you can listen to that if you'd like. So, the best part of starting up every single game is hearing that banger sound come on. Now, what I think you need, I think there's one game that did it best, and this is not all going to be from different games, although a number of these songs are in different NASCAR games. I think one game did it really well, and I think that game is NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. When you turn it on and just hear that song, it just screams a NASCAR at you, and it's iconic. So I'd love to put that one as the opening tune. However, one feature that I'm going to have in the game that's not currently in NASCAR Heat 5 is the ability to choose which song is going to come on when you start, and also the ability to switch songs on and off so you don't have to listen to them if you don't like them. I think that's a pretty good idea. There's some of the heavy metal type banger things on NASCAR Heat 5 that I'm not a huge fan of. So I would like that feature in the game. Obviously this is not going to happen. This is just what I'd like to see. So yeah, that's the entry song. Now, you need some diversity in every single soundtrack. However, one thing that most NASCAR fans are akin to, of course, would have to be country music. Now, the country music that I feel most exemplifies NASCAR, I would say, would be Eric Church. Eric Church is just phenomenal. His songs are truly, truly great. It's really good because it sounds hopeful with a twinge of sadness, but it's awesome. The songs that I would put on here, one of the kind of sadder ones, but is NASCAR themed, is Talladega. I think that's a great track, one of my favorites. And I would also put Drink in My Hand by Air Church. That's another banger. That's way more upbeat, and it's a great time, and it'll definitely get you in that racing mood. So another classic, I believe this was in a NASCAR game as well. I think it was in NASCAR 09. I could be wrong, though. I'm going to say Running Wild by Airborne. Now, that song is just absolutely classic. It's probably one of the best racing songs. And with that, I'd also like to put in Too Much, Too Young, Too Fast by Airborne. Those are kind of more rock-type anthems, but they just make you feel fast and just awesome. And it's, absolutely terrific racing pieces. Now, two tracks that I would love to see that are in the NASCAR Heat games. I talk about this one a lot on the channel. Late Bloomer from NASCAR Heat 5. That's a banger. Keep it, please. It's so good. That song, you just hear the strum at the beginning, and you're like, oh yeah, this is where I belong. It's awesome. Really, it actually really, really makes me happy. It's one of my favorite things about the game, is that song. And then also another one that I'd like from NASCAR Heat 3. This is another one of my favorite parts about the game. Is Left Turn by, I can't remember who it's by, but it's so good. It feels like a racing song, and it just makes me think of you kind of like just close your eyes and think about being at the dirt track. It's awesome. It's a great feeling. So I'd put that in the game as well. I'm sorry for the little nostalgia emotion trip right there, but I get quite emotional about those songs, to be honest. Those songs are absolutely terrific. And then one more that's like really, really random, and I'm about to do an impression, so just get ready, okay? I'm not gonna say the song before, and we'll see if you can guess it. I'm gonna say it afterward, but I want to see if you can guess it by the impression here. So, okay, imagine, right? Close your eyes and imagine, right? You're going through your career mode screen, and all of a sudden the last song fades out, and in comes the drums, and it's like now, now, now. Okay. I'm sorry. That was bad. But Fortunate Son, it's a banger. I don't know why I feel like it would go good in a NASCAR game. I know it reminds a lot of people of the Vietnam War, but I feel like that would just be like epic. And that is going to be the next two songs. There's one that I think is really epic, and then there's one that I think reminds me, this is the song that I would most want on my game, because it's a banger. It's one of my favorites of all time. It makes you feel like an absolute stud, and I would love to have it on the game. So the first one that I just think is epic is Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. It's good stuff right there. It's just like the guitar, the drums kick in, and then the guitar gets going, and you're like, oh yeah. It just gets you hyped, and I feel like that would be awesome to have in a game. And then my premier track, my crown jewel track, would have to be, get ready for it, Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. It's a classic. It's such a banger. Like, it just makes you feel like an absolute beast, dude. I personally don't have it, but like, I can just imagine, right? Like, you're playing Red Dead Redemption, right? And you just turn on that song, feel like an absolute stud. Like, have you guys seen Young Guns? About Billy the Kid? That song perfectly encapsulates that movie. It's just a banger. You feel like a beast. And like, it talks about like, on the steel horse I ride. Like, it feels like, I know it's about them like going on tour or whatever, but I feel like it's just a NASCAR song. Like, oh man, it's incredible. It's incredible. Just the vibes, the vibe check. So yeah, that's basically my complete list right there. I apologize that you guys had to listen to me straight up like vibe super hard for like 8.5 minutes. It's just, those are incredible. I like, one of the things that I honestly think can ruin a game for me is a bad soundtrack. Like, sometimes a game's soundtrack is just so bad and does not fit the game at all, and I'm like, this is no longer fun. Like the Crew 2, the radio in the Crew 2 is absolutely terrible. The only good song in that is Runnin' Free, or no, that song by Airborne. I can't even remember the name, I'm sorry, but the one I talked about earlier, Runnin' Wild. Oh boy, that's embarrassing, but that song, right, is in the game. But other than that, all the songs in that game suck. And that's like, that ruins the experience for me to the point where I have to shut off the radio, and then I turn on the Spotify on my PlayStation, and I have a playlist called Magic Man and El Diablo, and it's like for my racing games that I listen to. I picked a bunch of songs for this off of that, not all of them. That playlist has some more as well, but I just picked a couple to talk about from off of there. So yeah, I don't know. Soundtracks are underrated. Like, you're watching episode 3, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are fighting, and then Duel of the Fates kicks in. Just phenomenal. Alright, that's all I gotta say for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a blessed day. God be with you. Other than that, not much to say. I'll catch you guys next time.